경기장 도시형.
All right, the map is Shakuris Plateau, and in the lower right part of it, in the red from the Team Prime, winning 2 games already and tying things up, it is none other than Marine King. And in the lower left, in the blue from the Team StarTale, named after a Pokemon, which is appropriate because my voice just cracked like I was 13. It is StarTale.Squirtle.
All right, guys. So the third StarTale Protoss player to go so far. Both of the previous ones have not withstood the might of Marine King. Tiger, though, did do a great job of taking 2 wins for StarTale to start this match.
Yep.
But, man, I've got to say, parting went down quick. Marine King looking good so far.
Yeah, no kidding. That was a little bit surprising. But one thing about Parting's army that I noticed is that he was very, very light on Zealots the entire way through. So, yeah, even if he separated some of the army from the rest of it, he's still taking fire directly on sentries and stalkers. And Marine King was very marauder heavy, too, with his composition. So, yeah, just a really tough army for our Protoss player to beat early on. Parting just couldn't handle it. So,
very much so.
It's up to Squirtle now.
All right, Squirtle 12th gateway there, and we'll see what he follows this up with in a bit.
Yep.
Marine King has been going for a pretty quick expansion so far in both games.
Wow.
He, of course, did a 1-Rax gasless FE.
You know what?
And it looks like he is actually going to go for a CC first on Shakuris Plateau.
Yes, he is. A little bit of a smaller map to do that on, but, you know, if you are Marine King, you can kind of do what you want usually in it. It generally works out okay. I mean, yeah, there were some crazy strats out of Marine King early on, such as floating to the gold on Metalopolis, such as Proxy Thor rushing MVP in the GSL finals. So he does insane things every once in a while, but that's why we love him so much.
Yeah, Squirtle, one of those players, kind of like Alicia, too. Had a lot of success in Team League and things like that, but never broke through to the highest level in 1v1 tournaments, but certainly a force to be reckoned with in team matches. So we'll see if he has something a little bit crazy prepped now for MarineKing.Prime.
Yeah, Squirtle's always kind of hovered around the lower reaches of Code A for most of his GSL career. But like you mentioned, he did have some success in the Team League, so we know he's got talent, you know. But he's just one of those players that tends to do better in a team situation rather than the individual one-on-one situation.
All right. Well, a probe is taking a sneak around now for a Squirtle, but Marine King, he's already adding in some barracks now. We'll see how many he wants to go up to, of course, in a bit. He is going to have that very, very early command center. We'll see if that changes Squirtle's mind on what he wants to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Squirtle looks like he's just going to throw down the Nexus right away. He's like, all right, well, you got your expansion almost finished. I guess I'll throw down mine as well.
He canceled the Cybernetics core.
Yes,
That's what he did. All right.
Yep. Mine as well. Nothing wrong with that at all.
All right, so he did do something in response there. It's just coming up a little bit later now. And back on Marine King's side of things, 2 barracks finishing up at the moment. No gas quite yet.
Now, did Marine King see that Cybernetics core warping in with his SCV when it was doing some scouting? Well, he might see it again with this one.
No,
he didn't see it.
All right. Down there before.
Yeah, coming in now with this SCV, sees everything, sees that the Cyber core is a little bit late. And that may decide to make Marine King be a little bit aggressive here. He might be like, all right, you're not going to have Stalkers for a little while. Oh, never mind. Marine King's got a Zealot to worry about here.
Yes, he does, but pretty characteristic of control there. Moves away with a hurt SCV right away. Oh, but nice job by Squirtle to come back and snag that kill. Anyway, this SCV may actually have the potential to kill that Zealot. It only needs 1 more hit. Go, Hero SCV,
it wants blood. Oh, from the other side.
Oh, stolen. No. I guess that was more like...
it was a kill steal.
Yeah, that was more like Stockton to Malone right there. That was like, here, alley-oop, let's go.
Now the other one's chasing me. He's like, you stole my kill, man. You come back here.
I am ticked off. This is unacceptable.
Like, let's go die together to the Stalker. No, they're going for it. These SCVs, man, these are totally Marine King SCVs. So bloodthirsty.
Yeah, they are. No kidding. All right, well, 3 Marines trying to make their way up in micro against the Stalker. Of course, 1 SCV just being sent out across it. Got to throw down a bunker. Marine King putting on the pressure already.
Yep, that's right. I don't think that bunker's... Well, maybe it will. Well, the second Stalker, I think Squirtle's going to be okay here. He can micro pretty well against this. Yeah, bring the probes as well. Yep, it's going to be fine. Marine King just kind of taking a little bit of the opportunity to see if he can get a bunker up. Doesn't quite work out, but he does manage to keep his opponent in his base for a little while.
Didn't actually cancel the bunker, though, so a little bit surprising.
Yeah, you're right, he did. Whoops.
But, you know, Marine King, just so characteristic him. By the way, he is actually expanding once again, or at least he's going to use that as a macro CC for a while. Yeah. He loves disrupting the flow of play. I mean, even if something isn't going to provide the utmost awesome cost benefit to him, he just loves throwing players off.
Yeah, well, that's something that you see in some players. QXE is a really good example of a player that likes to just do things that mess his opponent up. You know, you see some players that I call mechanics players that just macro, and they macro and just overwhelm their opponent. Rhett is a good example of that. And then you see other players, like you mentioned, QXE, MarineKing is another good example, that just likes to get in there at weird timings, just kind of mess up what their opponent is doing, try to get those players off of their plan, and once you get someone off their plan, then it's a little bit easier for them to make mistakes and things like that that you can capitalize on. So.
Yeah, it looks like Squirtle actually already going into a Warp Prism. But no, you're certainly right, and those sorts of players are almost a little bit more fun and entertaining to watch, but sometimes you just value that great standard play of players like Brett, things like that. So
yeah, well, I mean, they've both got their pros and cons, of course. Yep.
And MarineKing certainly has the control to go with that as well. So, all right, well, he does have the third CC up now. Looks like Warp Prism's already out. No real surprise. 3 Sentries and a Zealot already in that. And we'll see if Squirtle wants to pressure at the front with Stalkers before this happens.
Well, we'll have to see how prepared MarineKing is for this right now. He's going for double upgrades. It's kind of why we see him have that third CC. He wants to get a ton of SCVs, make sure that he can have both bases fully saturated very quickly and take advantage of this. And will we see some force fielding in of SCVs? Yes, we will. Oh, MarineKing even trapping more in there. Oh, repairing everything. Yeah. Very nice. Wow, look at that. He is not losing a single SCV to this.
That's such a smart way to get around that. Why have I never seen anyone do that before? Just repair your SCVs.
Yeah, man. Sentries do not do enough damage, and that was only Sentries. That was very cool by MarineKing.
I've seen a ton of pro players that just freak out and lose a bunch of SCVs trying to run them away or something along those lines. Such a smart decision there from MarineKing, and he picks off the Observer.
Yep. Oh, and he also
command center.
Shows that command center who's boss. He's like, and you behave.
You stay in line.
You see what happened to that Observer? If you don't keep making SCVs and mules, it's going to happen to you.
Well,
MarineKing's a mean boss, man. He's a slave driver.
He is. No kidding. Well, Squirtle is actually running up here with a probe now at the top left-hand corner. See if we get a quick third base out of him. He has not gone to a Robo Bay, but rather invested in a Twilight Council and more gateways for now.
Yep, that's right. And is he on one forge or two? Just looks like
just one.
One forge right now. Okay. Probably going to put down the second one fairly soon here. So you can start 2-2 as soon as 1-1 finishes.
Would imagine so. Stalkers making their way up. They're just going to catch this SCV out in the open. Poor SCV. Back for MarineKing, though. He has a lot of SCVs on the ground already. 55 off of these 2 bases. Will probably want to take himself a third in a bit.
Yeah, and the meal production helps out quite a bit as well. And look at this 2-base Templar from Squirtle. A lot of Protoss players in Korea have been doing this for a while. Some of the early adopters were Liquid Hero and FXO Oz. And now it's become, I don't want to say standard, but it's become pretty much just as common as Robotech is in Protoss versus Terran these days.
It's certainly popular, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a good bit of gas to go along with this as well for Squirtle, so we should be able to get a lot of Templar up there very quickly. And Storm has already started. We'll probably see a few Templar here in just a second. There they are. Hi, Templar.
Hi, Templar.
Oh, my God. Did I just... I meant to say... Oh, my God.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like you were making, like, the worst joke of all time.
I meant to say... I did mean to say, like, hello. I did actually physically mean to say, like, hello, Templar, just so happen I said hi to... Oh, my God.
Hi, Templar.
BRB jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Bay Bridge is closer.
That is true.
And higher.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you for encouraging me, too.
I'm looking out for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Straight now.
Warp
Prism. Templar.
Yeah, oh God, please don't ever let me live that down. All right, well, MarineKing's going to pick up on exactly when this third is going to come up. He decided to lift his command center over to the top right-hand corner, moving a lot of SCVs over there as well.
Yep, Storm almost finished too for Squirtle. It's going to be pretty helpful as well.
Yeah.
Going to be able to storm those units. Factories like, yo, see you put down a Nexus here? Just letting you know, I think that's great what you're doing with the warpins and all that.
Yes. Yeah, you keep up the good work. All right, so yeah, I'm just going to go check
out
something else. See you later.
If you look at the front of that building, it looks like kind of a very passive bored face.
Yes.
2 little
it does, actually.
Like, scouting.
All right. Going to need those TPS reports in.
It's boring.
Nexus.
Oh, Archons.
Yeah. Charge Light Archon.
Archons.
Only with a few Templar floating overhead in a Warp Prism somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
Keep those in a bit.
Safe a little bit. No ghosts out quite yet, so...
No.
Warp Prism, not quite worth it. Oh, hi, Templar.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
Hi, Templar.
All right. Well, MarineKing running around the side now catches a couple of units out of position. Not everything
Yeah.
here, as a matter of fact. There's the
Oh.
storms hitting, though. Those were great
Man.
storms.
He
MarineKing
just
going to
ate
take a while
those.
to recover from that.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Okay, being aggressive still, though. Moving up with those very hurt units.
Yeah, and those are going to be very drained medevacs after everything gets healed as well. But MarineKing, you can see, significantly ahead in supply as well. Oh, that does help, though. A little bit of a Zealot warp in.
Yeah.
Harass the third with that Warp Prism. Nicely done by Squirtle.
All right. Well, we'll see if MarineKing actually has a pretty good supply advantage
Scary
right now.
army.
We're going to see if he can just push to the front right now. A few Stalkers coming in from the side as well, but the Archons just were done immediately.
Yep.
Guardian Shield didn't actually hit that many forces up the front, so the Zealots went
Wow.
through pretty quickly. The Immortals fall at the same time. MarineKing crashing through the front here. He may have taken some losses at the third, but he may just kill
GG.
Squirtle. There it is, GG.
Bye, Templar. That was it. They're gone, man.